Good evening, everyone. You are listening to Red Pill 78. I am the Corruption Detector, and this is your Red Pill News. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. We have a lot of news to get through today. I'm going to be trying something different today, so if I say a word that is slightly different than the word you might be expecting to hear, or maybe I use a word to substitute, please bear with me, guys. I am trying to break through the programming that we know is in place on this platform so that I can better reach my subscribers and a new, better, bigger audience, because truth is the goal. And that's what we're trying to get out, is the truth. So first of all, today, the Democrats are extremely proud of themselves. They've got a spring in their step because they are one step closer, they think, to removing the President of the United States. But we all know that is not likely to happen. They are, however, very, very excited and elated with the progress they've made. Last night, the articles were introduced, and today, Nancy Pelosi, and today the Speaker of the House held a press conference to talk about what was going on, or rather, not talk about what was going on, because she declined to answer questions regarding the very thing they had just done. It is with a heavy heart, but also with a fair bit of excitement, that I announced that Representative Mark Meadows is going to be leaving Congress. He will be taking on a new role in helping out the president. Also, we had reported many times in the past about the issues surrounding the footage outside the cozy little home of a certain financier named Jeffrey, and it is confirmed now to be missing. They can't find it. They don't know where it went. So hopefully they're going to get to the bottom of that one. And last night there was heated debate on the floor. Representative Louis Gohmert had a lot of choice words because Jerry Nadler impugned his character. So we'll go ahead and take a look at these and a couple other things. Please, everyone, sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor. Guys, let's get real. People have major concerns about the future and what's going to happen if you-know-what hits the fan. But ask yourself a question. Are you prepared? A lot of us have started putting together food and water, tools for survival, because when the power goes out, hospitals and clinics, they're going to get raided and ransacked, and you need to make sure that you're prepared. Well, we've got the answer. The DeNOS PCM6 is a great self-care device to help you address numerous health issues. It was created decades ago for use by astronauts in space. It helps get rid of sickness and health issues naturally without drugs. The PCM6 has been used in Europe by medical first responders, hospitals, and clinics, and now it's available for you. Not only does it offer pain relief, but the scanner technology helps your body repair what's causing the issue internally, using something called dynamic electro-neuroadaptive stimulation. The DeNOS PCM6 is your drug-free answer to chronic back and joint pain, chronic fatigue, and many more health issues that you may face. The DeNOS PCM6 uses microcurrent frequencies and biofeedback by using the body's ability to repair itself naturally without using drugs. It's time to prepare, so call Coach Jimmy K today at 503-395-4142 or click the link below and visit DeNOS Pain Relief Store to get your PCM6 today. Protect yourself and your family now. By supporting DeNOS, you support this channel. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around. First of all, we're going to take a look at this fantastic clip from the Speaker of the House at the press conference she gave this morning. I think you'll all find it extremely enjoyable. Listen to this. You're not going to want to miss it.
Do you run the risk, as some Republicans have said, of looking like you're playing games with impeachment if you hold on to these articles for too long?
I said what I was going to say, Nancy. When we bring the bill, which is, just so you know, there's a bill made in order by the Rules Committee that we can call up at any time in order to send it over to the Senate and to have the provisions in there to pay for the impeachment. And then the next step, whatever you want to call it, the trial. That is where you put the managers. I was not prepared to put the managers in that bill yet because we don't know the arena that we are in. Frankly, I don't care what the Republicans say. Any other question? Not on this subject. I've said this is it. I honored Nancy.
Well, there we have it. Miss Speaker, Madam Speaker, declining to take any questions and declining to adequately define exactly how the process is going to go. It's pretty hilarious to watch her fumble around and smack the mic there, not really know exactly what to say. Lots of comic relief today. You can't get enough of this, guys. I absolutely love it. Anytime this woman is in front of a mic, just the best. All right, guys, couple of quick posts I wanted to go over here. Post 3724. This came out at 10:52 last night. And this perfectly encapsulates the sentiment that I tried to convey here on this channel. We've only got one opportunity to take care of this in the correct way. If we lose, then the game is over. And right here it begins, it must be done right. It must be done according to the rule of law. It must carry weight. It must be proven in the court of law. There can be no mistakes. Good things sometimes take time. Attempts to slow, block the inevitable justice will fail. D's election interference 2016. Clinton, Hussein illegal FISA. D's election interference 2018. Mueller. D's election interference 2020. Impeachment. Projection. These people are sick. We the people are the cure. What this says to me is that each of these things that they mention here, the 2016, 2018, every single time that they have tried to impede the progress, there has been evidence gathering that's been taking place. All of this is being cataloged. All of it is being put into a dossier, if you will, to increase the likelihood that we will get what we want, that it will be done according to the rule of law, that it will carry the necessary weight in order for it to be proven in that court of law. Good things take time, you guys. Just remember that we are winning. And that post is followed up with a list of FBI, DOJ, and various agencies in the United States government. And it shows that people have been removed. They're no longer there. This right here is a positive outcome. We are moving closer to the goal on a daily basis. Every time we see somebody that's been replaced that is now going to be shuffled out, this is going to be the movement towards the win that we need. In each of these agencies, someone has gone and someone new has come in. And each of those times, it has been someone who is clearly on the side of the president and the MAGA agenda. Also, as we know, the Attorney General's interview was postponed last night due to the impeachment vote that took place. So there were a couple of clips from that interview. They were posted, and we're going to go take a look at those next. And here they are. Our good friend and fellow researcher Methods was kind enough to put them both into the same clip. Let's take a listen to what the Attorney General had to say.
Do you believe that Durham's investigation is broader scoped in terms of the intelligence agencies that are being looked at?
Oh, yes. He's not just looking at the FBI. He's looking at other agencies and also private and departments and also private actors. And so it's a much broader investigation. And also he's not just looking at the FISA aspect of it. He is looking at all the conduct, both before and after the election.
He said, I was 7 steps removed from what was going on. The director doesn't get involved in these kinds of things, the actual investigation. Do you believe that?
No. I think that one of the problems with what happened was precisely that they pulled the investigation up to the executive floors, and it was run and bird-dogged by a very small group of very high-level officials. And the idea that this was 7 layers below him is simply not true.
It's quite obvious from everything that we've seen, everything that we've learned over the course of the last several years, this was an upper-level investigation. That's why it was so unprecedented, because they took control of it from the very beginning. They oversaw every aspect of it. And for this individual, the former FBI director, to claim that he was so far removed that he had no idea what was going on, once again, it's a simply laughable assertion. All right, the next post has to do with the statistical evidence of POTUS and our favorite Anon coordinating their posts. Here we have quite the handy-dandy little graphic that was made by an Anon, and it states that there were 36 times that our favorite president and our favorite Anon have posted on a 0 delta. That right there is a statistical anomaly. It is absolutely not possible for them to have posted that many times at the same time and for it to have been a coincidence. And he states that it's mathematically impossible. And we're asked, what about when verifying the new trip regarding Project DCOMS, i.e. calling our shot? Standard deviation broken, greatest statistical anomaly ever witnessed, or yes, it was the greatest statistical anomaly ever witnessed, but again, because of that anomaly, we know that it absolutely could not happen without the coordination of these two individuals, or this individual and the team. Now, the next post, entitled Shock the World. Now, last night, of course, emotions were running a little bit high as a result of the impeachment vote that was taking place. Many people got a little bit discouraged. And Anon posted, "Thanks for standing watch with us for a little while on this emotional night. We are with you and POTUS. Please pass that on to him." And our favorite Anon responds, "Friend, patriot, hold your head high. POTUS was not harmed in any way today other than on paper. History books. Sometimes you must sacrifice yourself for the greater good." And he includes the quote, "I will gladly take all those slings and arrows for you, POTUS." But even that can be undone. The enormity of what is coming will shock the world. Pray. And of course, once again, we know the truth of this matter. It certainly will shock the world. The world will stand in awe at the revelation of what's been taking place all these years. And again, it has to be incontrovertible. Once we get everything together, the evidence has been compiled, and the case is brought before the necessary organization, this will simply bring the world to its knees. Now, the next post is our friend on Twitter, QAnon Michelle Canada. And she dances to a song that is apparently endorsed by our favorite Anon. It is really cool. She's got some great moves. Unfortunately, I am unable to play the song because it will get me a strike, so I want to go ahead and leave it down below in the pinned comment. Go ahead and take a look and give her a retweet and a like. And next, how cool it is, my good friend and fellow researcher Methods. He was posted with his tweet showing the Speaker of the House in her gibberish-laden press conference from this morning. Very, very cool, you guys. Yet again, my buddy Methods getting posted by our favorite Anon. Next, the big man in charge at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue has been on a tweet storm, posting tweets from patriots all over the country and the world, I would imagine. But one of those people included was our man IET, and then also someone that we know named Lauren Law 88. What's pretty cool is that right here in the description of his bio, we do have the 17th letter of the alphabet and then 17 plus, good going for you. And then this one right here, a very good tweet as well, which includes the Texas Louis information I told you about earlier. But what was pretty neat for Methods and I is that it is like an inadvertent posting by our favorite Anon because we are tagged in that tweet. So pretty darn sweet. The next post highlights the fact that yet another Pentagon official has resigned. That is now the 5th in a week. And the next post is regarding that back channel post that was from earlier. And the Anon says that it makes them think of the sum of all fears. And then our favorite Anon says, also think white squall and the situation in Cuba back in the 60s. And it asks, do comms only go out to Anons? Bigger than you can imagine. Expand your thinking. I think that means that obviously the posts that we see here on this board are not simply meant for us, but there are other actors across the globe who are looking at these posts and then using the information in them. We've talked about Go codes before. We've talked about the coded language that's involved here. Clearly, often, I think that this information is for actors that are out there in the world and that are waiting for communications from our favorite Anon and the team. Now, I want to thank my good friend TikTok for sending this over. This is a book by William Bertram McFarland, and it's called Back Channel, My Covert Operations Under 9 Presidents, The Kennedy Years. So this directly talks about the back channel communication that this gentleman provided to presidents and then people across the globe. Very, very cool. I wonder if there's some stuff in this book that we are supposed to take a look at. And then our favorite Anon gives a couple of corrections to the spelling of squall and your, says on the move, long night. And then lastly here we have a tweet from our friend Chuck in the Senate. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. And he says, why is D House now getting cold feet about moving ahead with impeachment? They want to take over the Senate process and muck up the Senate SCOTUS schedule. You need some consideration about SCOTUS since Chief Justice presides in Senate. Are they worried their articles are too weak to move forward? I think that that is most likely a yes. And right there below is our friend Victoria Gates telling Mr. Grassley that he just got cued. Now, 2 more posts that just came in, actually a double drop, the exact same thing. So obviously this is a very important post right here. Says, important to read and understand. Something big is coming. And it is an article from the Epoch Times. Now, before we read through the reporting, let's watch what the current resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue had to say. Here in a post from our good friend Methods, we have a screen grab of something incredible that resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue had to say. It is not something that we can understate. It is glorious, and I want you guys to take a listen. Here we go.
And I'll tell you, I was up there and I was thinking about it. I actually said it. It doesn't feel like impeachment. And you know what? It's a phony deal. And they cheapen the word impeachment. It's an ugly word, but they cheapen the word impeachment. That should never again happen to another president. And I think you'll see some very interesting things happen over the coming few days and weeks.
Very interesting bit of foreshadowing on behalf of this man right here. I think that when you look at the calm demeanor, when you look at the smooth affectation, this does not look like someone who has anything to worry about. I'm certainly very comfy in this situation, and I just want to make sure that you guys know that you should be too. All right, and next today, it looks like Representative Meadows is going to be moving on to greener pastures. Hopefully this is good news for all of us here in America, but he's going to be taking on a new role in helping the president. Freedom Caucus founder and staunch supporter of POTUS, Mark Meadows, is leaving Congress, and he is not going to seek re-election. But he is going to be moving on to do something else that is even better. He released a statement this morning. Let's take a look. For everything there is a season. After prayerful consideration and discussion with my family, today I'm announcing my time serving Western North Carolina in Congress will come to a close at the end of this term. This was a decision I struggled with greatly. These last 8 years, I have been so blessed to serve the people of North Carolina 11 and help give a voice to millions of Americans who feel Washington, D.C. has forgotten them. Since serving alongside the president, I have been a witness to historic economic prosperity, unemployment levels I have only dreamed of when I took office, tax and regulatory reforms that are putting the American worker first, our embassy in Jerusalem, and trade deals that were once thought impossible. I have seen our law enforcement and first responders receive the support they deserve, and our military once again put on a path to maintain its superiority. Through it all, I am so thankful to have been able to serve and give back to the country I greatly call home. My work with the president and his administration is only beginning. This president has accomplished incredible results for the country in just 3 years, and I'm fully committed to staying in this with him and his team to build on those successes and deliver on his promises for years to come. I've always said Congress is a temporary job, but the action to return Washington, D.C. to its rightful owner, we the people, has only just begun. To the people of Western North Carolina, it's been my honor to be your congressman. Thank you for your trust, faith, and support. God bless you. Meadows may retire from his North Carolina seat before the 2020 election, and he made this announcement just this morning. Now, although Meadows was not specific about what role he might be taking on in the administration, there's a couple of things that came to mind. First of all, they are most likely going to be looking for a new director of the FBI. Think about that one. Also, perhaps an important role in the cabinet, perhaps another role in the Department of Justice. There are so many different things that Mr. Meadows could be going for. I think that no matter what happens, the president is going to place him in the absolute best place possible, and we are going to get maximum MAGA out of Meadows. All right, and in a stunning development that I'm sure will surprise no one, there was camera film that was supposed to be pointed at the unit that our favorite financier Jeffrey was living in at the time he was found non-responsive in the MCC. Well, now it's missing, and it's even being reported by the good guys at the Southern District of New York that the film itself is just nowhere to be found. They can't locate it. Originally, we were told that it was not usable, but now it's clearly just not there. Now, nobody understands why this would happen. Clearly, there must be something more going on to this story than what we've been told, and hopefully that is what the Attorney General and the U.S. Attorney from Connecticut are going to be looking into. Now, I'm sure we all remember that the circumstances surrounding this fateful night never added up. We had a man who was 6 feet tall, who was far too tall to have passed in the manner in which we were told. And of course, this individual was really good friends with WJC and HRC. They had stayed at his New Mexico ranch on several occasions. And of course, WJC flew on the plane that was privately owned by Jeffrey on numerous occasions as well. So once again, I'm certainly hoping this is something that the Attorney General is going to be looking into, and we're just going to have to continue to follow this story and hope that we get some type of closure. Well, guys, every time I look at the situation at hand, I am filled with hope. I am filled with hope for the future, hope for our country, hope for the future of our party, hope for all Americans. I can't look around and take a look at these posts and look and see what the big man in charge is doing without knowing that everything is going exactly according to plan, and that as soon as it's time, believe me, it is going to happen. As it was stated the other day, the very first will prove that we are on the right track. It'll prove the direction that we are heading in, and it will show not only our base, but the rest of America exactly where we are headed. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I want to thank everyone for joining me. As always, this has been Red Pill 78. I am the Corruption Detector, and this was your Red Pill News. Good luck, everyone, and God bless. Hey guys, it's Red Pill. I just wanted to say thank you very much for watching the video. Please do consider supporting the channel by liking and sharing this video. Do also make sure that you are subscribed and that you've got notifications turned on so you can be the first to see my videos when I put them out on a daily basis. If you want to support the channel in other ways, you can always check the links in the description of this video below. And once again, thank you as always for joining me. Bye-bye.